Well, just how powerful is the Art Modell law?
City of Cleveland and the Cleveland Browns are in a court battle about the legitimacy of the state law designed to make it harder for pro sports teams to pull up stakes. City's trying to keep the Browns Stadium in Cleveland. The team wants to move it to Brook Park.
All right.
From the most watched news team in Ohio, this is Live on 5.
Let's rewind to November of 1995.
What's Cleveland without the Browns? What's Cleveland without a football team at all?
If you were here,
you might as well stick a knife in the backs of the community and twist it, my opinion.
You remember.
Maryland's newest team, the Baltimore Browns.
When former Browns owner Art Modell pulled the team out of town.
I had to do what I had to do.
Leading to lawsuits from angry fans and the city of Cleveland.
Like a thief in the night, our NFL franchise is being snatched from our community.
A battle that ended in a deal, keeping the Browns' name and colors here, spurring the creation of the Modell Law, a state law meant to stop a replay of this story. Fast forward to today, and the Modell Law is making headlines again, the subject of dueling lawsuits between Cleveland and the Browns.
I've been following the debate over the future of this city-owned stadium, which the Browns want to leave when their lease ends in 2029. So I decided to take a trip to Columbus, the only place that's ever used the Modell Law before. I wanted to find out how much the law mattered to this city's fight to save its Major League Soccer team.
It was actually a state legislator that called me one day, and I didn't even know there was such a thing as the Art Modell Law.
Alex Fisher led the Columbus partnership while that drama played out.
Some would probably call me the architect of certainly the business side of things that came together in Columbus.
In 2017, an out-of-state owner wanted to move the team to Texas, prompting an outcry from fans and a campaign to save the crew.
Look, I think professional sports are about the identity of communities.
Columbus and the state sued, citing the Modell Law, which applies to pro teams that play in taxpayer-supported facilities. The law says teams can't move unless they negotiate an exit with their host city or give the city or local investors a chance to buy the team.
When you're suing each other, that's the definition of having problems. And we had a problem with that previous owner because we couldn't work with them. But that wasn't how we got a solution.
Because Alex and other people were working on a deal behind the scenes. A group led by the Haslam family stepped up to buy the soccer team. Yes, those Haslams.
What is best for our fans?
The same family that owns the Browns.
How much did the Modell Law matter to that whole process?
You know, it was probably an element along the way of, you know, if you listed out 25 things that we were doing, that would have been one of the 25 things.
The lawsuit got dropped without a full hearing.
I'm not a lawyer. It wasn't my job to decide whether or not the Modell Law was constitutional.
So I met up with Josh Cox, who is a lawyer. He represented Columbus in the court case.
If that law had not been on the books, do you think we'd be standing here in front of a relatively new Crew Stadium?
No.
He told me the law mattered, and the principle does too.
And it's not just an emotional investment by the community, but there's a financial investment by the community in the facility where the team's playing.
But the law has never been fully tested, and it can only do so much.
It's not a prohibition. It doesn't prevent a team from leaving.
It just gives communities a chance.
Keep the game going long enough for that business deal to get done or not get done.
A deal that here laid the foundation for a new stadium downtown.
Are you a big Crew fan?
I am now.
And we all stacked hands to say, let's find solutions.
The story playing out in Cleveland is a bit different, of course, with the Browns planning a stadium district in Brook Park, right next door. A court fight could trip them up, but it won't run out the clock.
What are you thinking when you're watching this up in Northeast Ohio?
I think it's pretty ridiculous, candidly.
Alex will be the first to tell you that he's not totally objective here.
I had a, decades-long relationship with Jimmy and Dee Haslam from our days in Southern Accent in Tennessee.
But he has some advice for Northeast Ohio, where fans know what it's like to lose much more than a stadium.
Doesn't matter to me, ultimately, what happens in Cleveland. What's missing right now is everybody ought to be working towards a common goal in a common direction, not fighting each other.
In Columbus.
That's easy for the guy from Columbus to say.
Michelle Jarbo, News 5.
Yeah. So where does the court fight stand? Well, the Browns filed a lawsuit in federal court in October saying the Modell law is unconstitutional and doesn't apply to them. Well, Cleveland fired back last month with a lawsuit in state court asking a judge to make the Browns follow the law. Ohio's Attorney General is defending the law.
This is a very minimal protection for the taxpayers who funded that very expensive stadium on the lakefront.
And now there's an argument over which court should be hearing the case. Last week, a top Browns executive told us private talks are happening too.
It also allows for us to have dialogue outside of litigation, so we'll continue down multiple paths and hope to resolve it all.
We'll keep following through on this, especially Michelle Jarboe, and try to answer all of your questions about this.